Welcome to Mission APSC AG YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss one of the important topic for civil engineering aspirant, that is fundamental of surveying or the fundamental principle of surveying. As a whole, if you see the surveying, the syllabus of surveying, we have majorly 16 topics. First one is, you can say, fundamental of surveying, that we will be dealing in this lectures. And second point is, you can say, theory of errors, how the what types of errors generally generated while we measuring some of the instrument or while we measuring some of the objects. So what are the errors arises, that is, you can say, theory of errors. Then we'll dealing about the linear measurement, that is, you can say, one direction measurement, or you can say, if we try to just measure one length, or suppose A and B, two objects are there, and we have to determine the distance between A and B. Then the method which we follow, it is called linear measurement, and we will use chain for measuring these distances. Chains means there is some links are there, and these links are attested. Okay, so with the help of that kind of instrument or that type of chain, we'll measure linear distance between 2 points. That is called linear measurement and chain survey. Then our fourth topic will be the compass surveying. In compass surveying, we will be dealing with compass. With the help of compass, we can measure horizontal angles. In compass, we have some of the magnetic compasses there, where there is some poles like north, south poles. These systems are there for measuring horizontal angles. Then we have theodolite. Theodolite, you can say, if you able to measure horizontal angle as well as vertical angle, then we use theodolite. And nowadays the theodolite is obsolete in nature. So nowadays the projects, in many projects, we are going for two-tail station, which is, you can say, advanced version of theodolite. We will also talk about the two-tail station. Then traverse surveying. Traverse surveying means we will make some traverse to measure various points in case of surveying, and that is called, you can say, traverse surveying. Then we have leveling. Let's suppose for a construction of roads, first we have to do leveling, right? For leveling, we'll use dumpy levels, and with the help of dumpy levels, we will try to make elevations of each and every points. Okay. Next, contouring. Contouring, if you see, the contouring is nothing but it is the map which is generated while connecting the elevation point, or if you connect the equal elevation point, then we'll get the contour. That is called contouring. Then if you do the field measurements and plotting simultaneously with the help of plane table, then we can say it is a plane table surveying. Then we will also talk about in the topic number 10, that is measurement of area and volume. That means how much area, suppose we have to measure area of a particular field, or we have to measure volume of a particular object. So we can apply some of the our mathematics formula like Simpson's rules, then you can say trapezoidal rules. So this will be dealing in the topic number 10. Then we will have another important topic, that is called trigonometric leveling. In trigonometric leveling, we will use some of the functions like sine theta, cos theta. With the help of this type of functions, we can able to measure the unknown distance or unknown angles. So there are some trigonometric fraction, or you can say trigonometric ratio, will be used for evaluating the elevations. Next, we have tachometry. Tachometry is the advanced version, you can say, where we have some of the instrument where some of the stadia hairs are fixed. With the help of this, we can measure the vertical distance, or you can say we can measure the elevations also. Okay. Next, we will talk about the curves. Curves means we have various types of curves like vertical curves, horizontal curves. We'll dealing with that portions also. Next, photogrammetry. Photogrammetry means with the help of some aerial photograph, with the help of some aeroplane, we can measure a large distance, or we can measure, we can take a snapshot of a large area, and with the help of that snapshot, we can able to determine the area of these areas, the area of that field, etc. So that is one kind of surveying method where we use photogrammetry, or you can say photograph. Next, we have astronomy. Astronomy word itself says it is something related to astronomy. You can say it is some related to sun, stars, etc. Next, the another modern surveying instrument, you can say GIS, Global Information System, and then GPS, Global Positioning System. That will be the modern surveying topics. So we'll also deal about these topics like photogrammetry, astronomy, GIS, GPS, etc. So in this lecture we'll mainly focus on fundamental of surveying. So if you see the definition of fundamental surveying, here it is mentioned. Surveying is nothing but it is a technique or profession or art and science of determining the terrestrial or three-dimensional position of a points and distance and angle between them. So if you want to measure or if you want to define an object with respect to the distance from its length, or you can say the distance from one particular point to that point with the help of some technique, that means you can say it is a three-dimensional position. So that is x, y, z. So if anyone asking you that give me some positions or give me positions of a particular point, so what he can do, he can directly measure the x distance, he can measure the y distance, or he can measure the z distance. So if someone gives you x, y and z coordinate, that means a three-dimensional concept or three-dimensional positions is giving to you, right? So that means surveying is nothing but it is a technique where we can give three-dimensional positions of points, distance or angle between them. Okay, so here you can see both categorization of surveying. First one is plan surveying and second one is geodetic surveying. In plan surveying, what we consider the earth surface as plane. Actually earth surface is something like that, right? But for a small area, if you take a small portion of a earth surface, then we say it is linear, or you can say the curved portion is negligible. That's why for a small survey or for a small field we can use to conduct plan surveying. But in geodetic surveying, when the earth curvature is taken into consider, let's suppose you have to do a survey from Kashmir to, you can say, Silchar. So for that we have to see the earth curvature effect. So if you see the earth curvature effect, then we can say it is a geodetic survey. And if we just consider earth surface as a plane, then we can say it is a plan survey. Next, if you see the difference between plan surveying and geodetic surveying, then you can see that in plan surveying, it is that type of surveying in which the mean surface of the earth is considered as plane. So the mean surface is considered as plane. That means our surface is plane. Whereas in geodetic surveying, our surface is curvature or curved type. The triangle which is formed by the survey lines are considered as a planeable. Obviously, if you do a measurement in planar section, the triangle which is formed, that will be nothing but a plane triangle, right? It is a planar triangles. But in case of geodetic survey, the survey lines form spherical triangles. Say in this figure, this is the graph, or this is the curved portion, right? So if you see the intersection point of various curve, then you can say one triangle is formed, but this triangle is not like a planar triangle. A planar it is not similar to the planar triangle. Okay, so this triangle we can say spherical triangle, and this triangle we can say planar triangle. In case of plan survey, planar triangles are formed, whereas the summation of these three angles is 180 degree in case of planar triangles. But in case of spheroidal triangle, the summations, that means alpha plus beta plus gamma, will be more than 180 degree. That is the difference between spherical triangle and you can say planar triangle. Next, say all triangles formed by the survey lines are considered as a plane triangle. That is, we have already discussed. The level line is considered as straight. So obviously in plane tables table we can consider the level line as straight, whereas in case of geodetic surveying, the level line will be curved. Next, plane survey is adopted when dealing with a small portion of the earth surface, and plane surveying will be adopted for small measurement. Let's suppose you are doing measurement for a small house, then that will be plane surveying. You are doing measurement for a small playground, then that will be plane surveying. But if you want large magnitude, high degree of precision, then you will go for geodetic surveying. Okay. Some of the notes you have to remember, like length of an arc 12 km long lying on an arch surface is only 1 cm greater than the substance code. That means if 2 points A and B, the distance between these 2 points is 12 km, okay, and the same AB distance when we measure in arch surface curve pattern, then we will get 12 km plus 1 cm extra. That means, see, the arc curvature effect is how small. The value of arc curvature effect is very, very small, that is 1 cm, right? So in case of the 2 point distance is AB is 12 km, we'll just do plane surveying, will not go for geodetic surveying because the value is very, very small. Similarly, if the distance between A and B, that is length of an arc, is 18.5 km, then the increment because of this curved surface or because of arch surface arc curvature effect, it will be only 1.5 cm, or you can say 1.52 cm. Okay, sometimes in SSC exams or other state public service exams, they will directly ask, if the length of the arc is 18.5 km, what is the length of the subtended chord? So that will be 1.52 cm. Okay. Next, the difference between the sum of the angles is a plane triangle and the sum of those in a spherical triangle is only 1 second for an area of a triangle 195.5 km square. And if we try to construct a plane triangle in case of plane surveying, the summation of the triangle, that is alpha plus beta plus gamma, will be only one. The difference between the sum of the angles is a plane triangle and the sum of the angle in a spherical triangle, and the spherical triangle, that is, this is suppose spherical triangle, and suppose this one is A, B and C. Then if you try to differentiate, that means if we try to deduct the summations of spherical triangle interior angle to the summation of plane triangle interior angle, then you will get only 1 second. That is very, very small. That means for an area of 195.5 km, if you want to survey a triangular area of 195.5 km square, then the difference between the interior angle of spherical triangle to the interior angle of, you can say, planar triangle will be only 1 second. So that's why if the area is 195.5 km square, we'll only do the plane surveying, not the geodetic surveying. Generally geodetic surveying will be considered when the area is more than 250 km square. That is very, very important. So up to 250 km square we only go with plane survey, but beyond 250 km square or beyond 260 km square we will go for geodetic surveying. So if you see some of the questions, like in SSC, in a geodetic surveying the surface of the earth is considered. So it is very, very simple question. For a geodetic survey, what we consider? We consider the earth surface is as a you can say we will consider earth surface or the curvature effect. That means earth surface we considered as curve. Okay. Next, which one is the upper limit of the survey area? Just now we have seen that the limit is 250 km square, the upper area limit for plane survey. Yes, so option A is correct. Next, what is the difference between the sum of interior angle of a plane triangle and spherical triangle for an area of 195 km square? Just now we have seen the difference is nothing but 1 second. Next, geodetic surveying is different from plane surveying because this question is repeatedly asked in APSC AEJ exam as well as SSC exams as well as some of the state AEJ exam. Obviously, geodetic surveying we have considered the curvature of the earth. Okay, so option B is correct. Next, the difference in the length of an arc and its subtended chord on the arc surface for a distance of 18.2 kilometer. We just now we have seen that is 15.2 mm, or you can say 1.52 centimeter, and what is the nearest value? That is 15 mm. Option B is correct. Next, the curvature of the arc surface is taken into account if the extent of survey is more than, so sometimes the value will be given as 260 also. So near about 250 to 260, that will be the limit of plan survey. Okay, so in this question, since 250 option is not there, the correct answer will be 260 kilometer square. Next, some of the properties of spherical triangle. If you see each and every spherical interior angle, the value will be less than 180 degree. That means this may be 120 degree, this may be 80 degree, this may be 160 degree, but it should be less than 180 degree. One individual angle should be less than 180 degree. And if you consider the sum of all these triangles, all these interior angles, then we see that it will be in the range of 180 to 540. Okay, so the range is 180 to 540 degree. So sometimes in exam they may ask, in case of geodetic surveying, if the spherical triangle is formed, then what is the summations, or what is the range of the summations of angles or interior angles? That will be in between 180 to 540. 180 is nothing but pi, and 540 is nothing but 3 pi. So it will be in the range between pi to 3 pi. Next, smaller of any two side, that should be greater than third side. That is sum of any two side, that will be greater than third side. That means if you sum up these two distances, and obviously these two will be greater than this distance. Okay, and similarly, if this angle is small, the opposite side, that side will be also a, you can say, small sides. Okay, and we have another property, that is sum of three sides is less than the circumference of a great circle. The great circle, which is from, in case of spheroid, or in case of spherical shape circle, and then the great circle, the circumference of the great circles will be more than the sum of three sides. Okay, so that's there are the some properties of you can say spherical triangles. Next, this question is asked in SSC 2017. In a geodetic surveying, the sum of all the interior angles of a spherical triangle should be, that will be obviously greater than 180 degree. The range is, what is the range? 180 to 540 degree. So lower limit is 180 degree, upper limit is 540 degree. So in geodetic surveying, sum of angles of a spherical triangle should not be greater than 540 degree. That is, it will directly ask about the upper limit of the spherical triangle, that is 540. Next, you can see the classifications of surveying, how we classify the survey. So we have two categories to classify the survey based on the field, based on the place of field, whether the place is land, whether the place is water. Based on that, we can classify the survey. Similarly, we can also classify the surveying based on object, whether it is an engineering survey, whether it is a military survey, whether it is an archaeological survey. So that will be classification based on object of survey. Next, in this figure you can see the topographical surveying. It is a type of land surveying. It is done to determine the natural and artificial features of a country. If you did surveying where you can able to identify the places of mountains, hills, rivers, lakes, valleys, plains, terrains, then we can say, since these are the topographical features, we can say the surveying as topographical surveying. Similarly, we have cadastral surveying. In cadastral surveying, if we try to fix its property lines, that means in a city, if two buildings are there or two lands are there, if we want to define the property line between these two lines, these buildings, then we will use the type of surveying is called as cadastral surveying. Cadastral surveying is you can always remember, it is something related to property lines. If you try to define property lines, if you try to calculate the land area, or you can transfer the property line, then we will use cadastral surveying. Next, city surveying. In city surveying, what we can do in city surveying, that means if you want to develop one city, first we have to do surveying, and that surveying maybe consists of, you can say, construction of road, actually the layout of the roads. Then we can say water supply system, what are the water supply systems, pipelines layout. Then we can say sewerage system, which is used for toilets. Okay, so all thing, if you combinedly done for a city, then we can say it is a city surveying. That is, you can say construction of streets, water supply system, sewage system, etc. Next, if you see the marine or hydrographic survey, that means something, the survey which is done in marine, or you can say which is done in sea, okay, or which is done in ocean, that is called marine survey or hydrographic survey. It is connected with the measurement of features which affect the maritime navigation, marine construction, then we can say offshore oils, oil drillings and related activities. Then we can say it is a marine surveying. So in this figure you can see how the marine surveying is done with the help of various ships, etc. Okay, so that is, you can say, marine surveying. Next, astronomical surveying. The term itself says it consists of observation of Earth in relation of heavenly bodies like stars, suns. So with the help of stars, suns, we can relatively observe the position of Earth. Then we can say it is a astronomical surveying. Next, if you see the classification based on object of surveying, there are various type of surveying, like engineering survey, the surveying which is deals for engineering works. So the surveying which we can use some engineering methods or engineering formulas or a definite engineering structures, then we can say that type of surveying is engineering survey. Similarly, military survey. Military survey means for military works. So various military works, the kind of surveying which we can do, it is called military survey. Then mine survey, the survey which is done in mining purpose. Okay. Next we can say geological survey for geological structure. The survey which is done for geological structure, that will be geological survey, where the mountains exist, where the terrain exists, where the hills exist, that is called geological survey. Then we have archaeological survey. Let's suppose you can say some of the survey done for investigation of Indus Valley civilization, or you can say Harappan civilization. Then the type of surveying which we can deal, that is called archaeological survey. Then geographical survey, some of the geographical features. If you want to survey some of the geographical features, then we can say it is a geographical survey. And road survey, actually in surveying mainly we have 3 steps. First one is reconnaissance survey. In reconnaissance survey, first we will go to the site physically and we will apparently see where we can able to do the survey, or the you can say apparent observations, or you can say you can directly go to the place and you see where is the mountains, where is the hills, where the plain areas are there. That means just physical observations. That is called reconnaissance survey. Then we will do some type of preliminary survey, and after that we will go for detailed survey. So mainly 3 stages are there. We will be talking about these 3 steps in broadly in the next class. So till now we have just seen about some of the classification, some of the basic fundamental observations of surveying. So thank you for watching the class, or if you like the video, then please do subscribe the channel, and thank you for watching.